Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Larry, and today we're going to talk about marital bliss in retirement. I do have marital bliss in retirement. I know a lot of people don't. And I'd like to hear in the comments what your situation is. I know a lot of you are single, and I'm okay with that, and you're okay with that, and that's good. It works for all of us. But this video might give you a little insight on how married couples do it in retirement, because things change. Things definitely change in retirement. Leave in the comments what's changed for you big in retirement that you've had to deal with or struggle with. Me with mine, I got the golden ticket. I did. I can't I can't say it any other way. I got the golden ticket. She's just a very special person, very special woman, very special human being. The reason I put the thumbnail up, I just wanted everybody to know that I always wasn't this scary looking, wrinkly guy at 71 years old. I was young and decent looking at one time, but that was 52 years ago when that picture was taken. So we've made it so far. Now, we both came from different backgrounds. My parents fought all the time. They fought and they were married 50 years. They fought all the time, hollering and screaming and carrying on. And I didn't know much, but I knew I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. And her parents got divorced after 25 years. Everything was going smooth. All of a sudden, found out that he had a girlfriend and blah, blah, blah. And they were divorced. And so we come from two totally different backgrounds. We decided when we got married, we didn't know beans from apple butter at 19 and 20. We decided that we were going to talk about everything. I mean, everything. Finances, our spiritual background, our lifestyle. We talked about everything. You name it, we talked about it, whether we liked it, didn't like it. And we kind of grew up together, and it was all good. Now, a lot of people today, even in our generation, a lot of people say, "Oh, you have to have two incomes to survive." No, you don't. We didn't. I worked the first 10 years of marriage of our marriage at Generous Motors. After I got out of college, and we lived in an 850 square foot house, 3 bedroom, little tiny thing, one bathroom. We raised three families. We raised three sons there. We had a big family, and didn't seem small to us because that's all we knew. But it was we drove two old beater cars, and we survived. We thought the most important thing in our life at that point was making sure that she was there for the kids, and it worked for us. And I didn't know if that would carry on, but all three of my sons, they do the same thing. Their wives, all three have master's degrees, and none of them work outside the home. So it works out good, and they're following in line. I'm really glad that they have it. It'll pay off big time for them. Right now, we're living as if she'll outlive me. Everything we've done over the last 10 years, because of my health concerns, I just figure she'll outlive me anyway. Most women outlive the men, and we all know that. But here's when the world shut. I retired at the end of 2019, and she retired. And I knew I was going to work a little bit here and there, and that's okay. And she retired at the same time. We talked it over, and she retired. She worked only the last. She worked part time, off and on, here and there throughout her marriage. But she worked the last 6 years of our marriage as a worker bee in a lab. She wasn't a science person, but she would do the jobs nobody else wanted to do, and they loved her for it. But all of a sudden, she was home, and I was home. Because this was like January, February. My business, even if I had any, it was real slow then. And then of March of 2020, we all know what happened there. The world shut down. Well, there we were. We've been sitting around looking at each other for a couple of months. And I said, "Darling, I love you, but this is not going to work." So I stuck an ad on Craigslist and came up with a job here because people would let you work outside. And it took a lot of adjustments for us both to be home. For example, we both had different sleep patterns. I'm an early riser. She goes to bed at 10, 11 o'clock and comes out about 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're totally different as far as sleep patterns. And when I got sick in my early 60s, by the time that hit, I was sick. By the time that hit, we were sleeping in separate bedrooms. She's like Princess and the Pea. Anything keeps her awake, and I was in such pain. I was moaning all night, and it was horrible. But that's another video I already did on that. But I overcame that, and it's in remission now, so it's all good. But we sleep in separate bedrooms to this day. Now we get to visit once in a while, each other's rooms, but that's another story that I'll not get into. Her eating patterns are different than mine. I'm on a special diet. I'm going to put an update on that diet here in a couple of days. I'm mostly carnivore. I do eat a few carbs, so I guess it would be a ketovore diet. And she's normal. She's normal. She doesn't eat a lot. She's normal, and it works for her and it works for me. And but she doesn't cook. She cook, as she in her words, I cooked for you for 52 years, Larry, and all of a sudden you're not eating this. And she felt kind of disrespected over the whole thing, but it all worked out. About once a week. Yesterday she came out on the grill and cooked a big chicken and made some broth so we can both eat it because I eat mostly animal products, meat products, and so it all works out. But our eating patterns are different. Her social sphere is different than mine. I'm not the most social person in the world. Maybe once, sometimes twice a week, have coffee with somebody, and that's about the extent of my social activity other than church activities. And I'm fine with that. Her, on the other hand, I have to keep track of her schedule because she's like tomorrow she's meeting one of her peeps at the local thrift store, and then they're going out for lunch and they're going to have a good old time. She does that 2 and 3 times a week. Her hobbies are different than mine. I don't have any hobbies. YouTube is my new hobby. I can't help it. The things I used to do for fun, backpacking, kayaking, canoeing, I can no longer do because I just can't do it anymore. Physically, I just can't handle it. Her, on the other hand, she's an artist. In fact, she's got an art show coming up at the end of September, a big art show here locally. She's going to display her work. She'll make a few bucks off of it. She should make $800 to a couple $1,000s off of it. So she's always got something to do. So we kind of stay out of each other's way. Chores, I do all the chores. I don't do any cooking other than for myself. Uh, but ladies, don't get upset. I do all the cleaning as far as dishes. I do all the laundry. I keep the kitchen clean. Now, if we've got company coming over or something, she'll go behind me and straighten a few things up and do a few things. And she does that, and that's good. But I do all her laundry. She separates the laundry. I do it. Things are just different between us. I don't know how else to explain it. But I think that since we're still looking at each other all day, most days, there's a lot of compromise goes on. I'm sure there's things that I do that drive her absolutely crazy. And I know there's things that drives me absolutely crazy that she does. But we've both gotten a lot better because when you're around each other 24/7, for the most part, you learn to compromise a lot of things. But we have a real simple. This is stupid, I know, but we say it all the time. You've heard the expression, teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Because sometimes she carries me, and sometimes I carry her. And in the end, it all works out. We love each other dearly, and we both have love goggles on, her especially. I look at other women who are her age, and I think, I can't tell you how many times I said to myself, thank you, Lord. I got the golden ticket with this one. And she's just a very special lady. But I know that retirement can cause problems. When people are not used to being around each other and they've got some voids in their life, it can be edgy. I remember my parents, man, they fought all the time. Even once he retired and she was retired, they fought all the time. It drove me nuts. So we never did that. And I used to have an anger issue, but I've overcome that in the last many years, and I'm a lot better with it now. But anyway, I had that thought on my mind today, so I just thought I'd share it. If you got anything out of this, like, share, subscribe. Until we meet again, I'm going to continue to press on towards that goal.